Check, 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 everybody. 1 2 1 2. Welcome back to the channel. Let me make sure the audios is good right now. Yeah, we good. We in here. We live, people. Shout outs to everybody out there, man. Thank y'all so much for being here. Welcome back to the channel. It's your boy, Gifted Gamer 204, and we back at it again, ladies, with another banger, ladies. 1 second. What's going on out there, man? I appreciate everybody pulled up early. Everybody who's already in the building, man. Shout outs to you. I appreciate it. Real quick, make sure y'all smash that like button as y'all come on in here, man. Subscribe to the channel if it's your first time. Share out the stream. All right, let everybody know where we at. If they're interested in the gaming news. And also we do offer memberships. It's pinned at the top of the chat, so make sure y'all go ahead and click that and see what we have to offer here, man. Thank y'all so much for pulling up. You know, we got about 15 minutes for the panel at PAX East for the Mafia. I am aware that the the trailer dropped this morning, so we're gonna take a look at that as well. I have not seen it yet, so I will be watching it for the first time. We talk about it, gonna see what's. We're gonna take a look at this panel and see if there's anything like interesting you have to say. If it gets like too boring and things like that, we'll cut it. We'll cut it off. But yeah. Appreciate y'all being here, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button as y'all come on in here, man. Y'all rocking with the gifted one. My brother Molly's in the building. What's good, Molly? What's going on, man? Everything good with you, my brother? We're here early with the gifted one. Facts. This is what we do up in here. This is what we do up in here, man. I downloaded Black Ops in case y'all want to run some zombies or whatever. It's up to y'all. Y'all let me know. And that's for the members, right? That's only for the members. And if not, I downloaded Grand Theft Auto 5. So I might just run some Grand Theft Auto, play through that campaign, or the hype that's yeah, man. But we gonna see what we do, man. Y'all make sure y'all smash the like button for your subscribe to the channel. Well, those of y'all on Twitch, I ain't forget about y'all over there on Twitch, man. Shout out to everybody out there, all the new followers on Twitch. Appreciate it. And, you know, make sure y'all hit the follow button and make sure y'all hit that subscribe button. Oh, man. Greatly appreciate it. What's going on, man? What's going on, man? Let me see if I pull this up just in case. People tripping. They come in and they're like, oh, not showing it. Next. Got it on lock right over here. Where is it? Here. 5 and 30. Got it up right here. I did hear that trailer was good. I haven't watched it yet. Gonna watch it together. My brother Guru's in the building, people. What's good, bro? Everything good with you, my brother? Yeah, I should play GTA 5 story again. I never completed the story, so it'll be new to me. I don't even know what happens at the end. Like, I don't know like the spoilers or nothing. But I could definitely run through that campaign. You know? Know what I'm saying? How we feeling about that price point though? Get $50? That, hey man, $50 is where it's at. That's where it's at. Now I hope everybody goes out there and buys the game. I hope everybody goes out there and buys the game. $50. You know what I'm saying? Let's take a look at that trailer real quick before this panel starts, right? Pull it up. Yo, Michael West, what it do, my brother? Mike, what's good? Hope everything is good with you, my brother. Yeah, Mike, I never finished that campaign, bro. Did I? Mafia, the old country is $50. We're about to watch the trailer right now. Okay. Let's see what it do. I have not watched this yet, right, people? It's gonna be my first time. It is at 4K. Yeah, man, $50, bro. It's crazy. Let's see what this is about.
Come in.
Bravery is not common in this world, and so loyalty, honor, obedience, they set the man apart from the rest. You took care of Messina, but this matter is not yet resolved. Will you help me bring it to a close?
Of course, Andorisi. You again.
Whoa. Whoa. Bruh. Bruh. Oh, so if you pre-order now, you receive this call it outfit.
PlayStation.
Yo, that's fire. That story look crazy. The gameplay looks really good. The graphics look good. Oh, this is gonna be good. $50 for that? Woo-wee. I'm in there. $50 for that? This is what Indiana Jones should have been? That looks fire, bro. Not gonna hold you. That looks fire, bro. I'm not mad whatsoever. $50? So wait, do they have a website? Hey, coming August 8th. Sign up for the account. Add these items in game collection. Edition. Or you'll get all these if you up. Okay. Hit pre-order. Deluxe edition. Oh yeah, here it is right here, people. $49.99 for the standard and $59.99 for the deluxe. Oh, that's a W right there. You gotta drop a bomb for that, people. My goodness.
Finish him.
Adding that to the cart, people. Damn, that's crazy, bro. What? What y'all feel about that? What y'all thought about that trailer? That trailer looked fire. Hey, yeah, that story's gonna be crazy. Graphics, lighting on 10. Yeah, this fire, bro. Yeah, we getting 3 games in August, bro. Getting 3 games in August. So get ready. Get prepared your pockets. Oh yeah, I'm getting that deluxe. But shizzle. You know? That looks crazy, man. That looks crazy. Press. Let's see what they're gonna show. They're gonna do like a little deep dive, I believe. So let's see what they're gonna show us here. If it's interesting, we'll stick around. If it's not, we'll keep it moving. Talk about some other thing. It all depends on how it goes. Yeah, man. It looks fire. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button up in here, man. Smash that like button, man. What's going on out there? Make sure to say what's up in the chat. Let everybody know. We have a poll up. Make sure y'all vote on that poll. We got it up in here, man. We got it all. Holla at me, man. My brother C Fresh is in the building, people. C Fresh, what it do, my brother? Hope everything is good with you, my brother. Facts. You understand what I'm saying? Facts. Yeah, my goodness. This summer's crazy, bro. And I'm getting Mind's Eye. Mind's Eye comes out early June. We playing Doom the Dark Ages in next week. Gonna do that. But I might get into some 5 campaign. Or I might have that GTA campaign as my backup. If I'm not playing nothing, I'll just go back to it and I'll just Facts. Crazy work. A lot of games, man. I haven't played any Gears game. I buy this one or game? Yeah, just wait, bro. Because that Reloaded brings enhanced for the latest hardware called introducing the Gears of War franchise to a new generation of players. It's bringing everything, bro. Ultimate Gears of War Reloaded right here. Hold up. Gears of War Reloaded includes a full breadth of content from Gears of War Ultimate Edition, delivering the most complete version of the original game to date. Players will gain immediate access to post-launch download. Yeah, just wait for this, bro. This is gonna have all of them in the game. It's gonna include all the versions of Gears of War. So you might as well just wait. And it's gonna be like the remastered. Just wait, bro. Just buy this one. Yeah, just wait. But yeah, Gears of War E-Day is gonna take us even further back. Gears of War E-Day is going back, like to the beginning, before the original game. But yeah, we should be good. Let me see. Um, oh, here we go. Yeah, in August we're gonna get Mafia. We're gonna get Gears of War Reloaded, Metal Gear Solid, Lost Soul Aside, and Shinobi. I want to play, bro. That's 1, 2, 3. That's 5 games that I want to play. 5, all 5 of them. So think about that. I'm playing Shinobi too. Shinobi looks fire. That's 5 games right there. You know? Oh, Killing Floor 3? May 10? I want to play Killing Floor. Yeah, it's $40, Michael. It's $40. So you good. Just wait for that one. Wait for that one, bro. No, the Gears of War Reloaded is $40. $40, bro. Yeah, Killing Floor. Remember, we saw that trailer a couple in one of those shows. It looks fire, bro. That was one that me and Snake was looking at. Oh, we're gonna definitely this one. But yeah, all those games are on. There's 5 games coming out in August. I'm playing. Obi look thick. Yeah, E-Day, you could expect it to be like $80. Yup. E-Day is gonna be like 80. Yo. All those games. All of them. I'm sorry. You're gonna be on the grind up in month of August. You're gonna be on the grind. Next, the following month, be Borderlands 4. No, I'm getting that game. In there. Know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all smash that like button, man. As y'all come on in here, man. Say what's up to the chat, man. Let your voices be heard. What's going on, man? We got a poll. Make sure you go ahead and vote. Subscribe to the channel if it's your first time. We got memberships. It's pinned at the top of the chat on. Yeah, I downloaded Black Ops 6 Zombies or whatever in case the members, in case y'all want to run. Now let me know. It's up to y'all. Nah, I'll start the Grand Theft Auto campaign. I'll start a Grand Theft Auto 5 campaign. I'm hoping to make this event next.
Everything I've done,
Here we go.
I've done for my family.
For the last 10 years, all I done was kill. I killed for my family. I killed anybody that got in my way.
Family and who you're born with is who you die for.
Word. Family, power, respect. Here we go, people.
What's up, Boston? How are we this lovely Thursday morning? Boston, you can do better than that. I said, how are we? At least that second time got the Ghostbuster to yell. He still didn't clap. He yelled, though. I appreciate that. You want to clap for me? Stand up and clap right now. All right, everybody be more like the Ghostbuster. What's up, everybody? Welcome to your Mafia, the Old Country PAX East panel. My name's Greg Miller from Kinda Funny Games. And who's been to a PAX panel before? A lot of you raised your hands. That means you've been to bad PAX panels, all right? Today's about energy. You get to see stuff from the game that no one's seen. You get to hear straight from the developers. That's exciting. So when you see or hear something you like, I need you cheering, all right? 3, 2, 1, go! And when you hear something you don't like the game's delayed, you boo. But the game's not actually delayed. That's what I like to see, everybody. We're going to have a look at the gameplay, of course. We're going to have some spotlights with the developers, and then we are going to get to pick the brains of Hangar 13. But before all of that, let's watch some really cool videos, okay?
Come in.
Bravery is not common in this world, and so loyalty, honor, obedience.
Yo, this is gonna be fire,
They
bro.
set the man apart from the rest. You took care of Messina, but this matter is not yet resolved. Will you help me bring it to a close?
Of course. Tanto risi.
You again.
That's gonna be fire.
Hey everyone, I'm Nick Baines, president of Hangar 13. We hope you enjoyed this new look at gameplay in Mafia the Old Country. We're just 3 short months away now from getting this game in your hands, and we can't wait. Mafia the Old Country is an origin story for the Mafia universe, and as such, is both a step forward and a return to the fundamentals of the franchise. The heart of Mafia has always been deep, immersive storytelling, and Mafia the Old Country is no exception. It's a premium experience in the vein of early Mafia games, with a linear narrative set against the stunning, authentic backdrop of 1900 Sicily. That focus has allowed us to deliver a classic organised crime drama in the period authentic Mafia rules and traditions of the era. And, as you just saw, we've made some exciting gameplay updates. Whether you're using a knife or a gun, using stealth or in a shootout, this is brutal and grounded in all the best ways. It's all going to pull you in from every angle, pushing the franchise forward in a location and time painstakingly created with the utmost authenticity and detail using Unreal Engine 5. Stick around, because next up is our development team, who have loads of awesome behind-the-scenes insights on how we brought this title to life. And stay tuned between now and August, as we'll have even more to tell and show. Thanks for joining us on this journey.
Unreal Engine 5, there it is. I keep telling ya.
Come in.
Our top goal for every Mafia game is to deliver the promise to a player that you're going to play a classic mob movie. Mafia: The Old Country is a linear crime drama set against a beautiful Sicilian backdrop. The first step for us was to make sure that we were nailing all of the things that players expect from a Mafia game. The quality of its storytelling, how immersive it is, how authentic it is. Previous Mafia games have been set in big American cities. We've taken the action and we've put our story in rural Sicily, in the place where the Mafia began.
You really feel like you're transported into another time. It feels really unique and different, but yet really familiar. Players are really going to enjoy that aspect of it.
Our entry point for making these crime dramas is always the protagonist. We wanted to make sure that our main character, Enzo Favara, lives up to the standard which we've set in the past, and I hope in some ways even exceeds that.
All of the men in this room are bound by blood.
Enzo grows up in a sulfur mine. He's one of a bunch of children that are sold to the mine owners at this point in history in Sicily. Their life expectancy is short and they're essentially seen as disposable.
Enzo turns to crime as a means to make something of himself. The odds are stacked against him. So what does he do? He sees an opportunity for himself to gain some status, to gain some respect.
Do you wish to commit to this family?
I do.
Swearing the oath is the chance for him to finally be accepted. He's found a family. It's the thing he's been searching for his entire life, but it comes at a cost.
I think players are in for an emotional roller coaster. The high stakes of the Mafia life present opportunities for us as storytellers to take players and put players through the ringer, really, in terms of what happens to the character, what happens to them in the game.
You again.
Fire.
What makes a really compelling gameplay experience is the mix of the high-intensity combat, cover play, cover shooting, set by these beautiful cinematics that make what you do in the combat so much more meaningful because you're fighting for something you really believe in.
Authenticity and immersion are key. And so we wanted to take that philosophy from the storytelling and make sure that it was consistent in the gameplay.
You know, whether you come for that core cover combat shooting experience or that white knuckle driving experience, we have that in Mafia: The Old Country, but it's unique.
There's some downbeats, there's some deep storytelling moments, and then there's some like high intensity action. And I think that's what makes Mafia missions and the general experience so interesting, is that we're constantly trying to change that roller coaster experience that you're on.
Enzo's proving himself with guns, and we wanted the combat to feel like there was a scarcity of resources, so you have to be more tactical in the way that you approach combat. The knife has been an integral part of gameplay. It's a part of Sicilian culture.
We wanted our gameplay to be immersive, to have a life or death kind of vibe. So when players are in a knife duel, when they're in a gunfight, they're genuinely fearing for their lives.
My flesh must burn like this saint if I do not keep my oath.
I keep my own.
Bringing 1900 Sicily to life for us, it infuses every aspect of the development. It's about the characters, it's about the music, it's about the story, it's about the setting, it's about the vistas, it's about the vehicles, it's everything. It always starts with research, it always starts with immersing ourselves in the subject matter. So whether that's reading every crime book around the Sicilian Mafia, watching all of the movies, even driving the cars, firing the weapons, and then translating that into the game, that's the development experience.
We even sent some folks out to Sicily. We were then able to take all of those experiences and try to translate it into an on-screen experience, but also a story. And those two things are woven together in a way that I think players are going to really enjoy.
Bravery is not common in this world, and so
The Mafia that we see in Mafia: The Old Country is much different than the Mafia that we see in some of the other Mafia games. It's a time-honored tradition steeped in secrecy, and there's this sort of deep honor that we see within the Teresi family and within the characters there.
The characters' relationships with each other, the way they behave, is very much influenced by that setting and that cultural difference.
This is a distinctive experience that I've never played before, and I'm sure that players are going to feel the same.
Mafia the Old Country is our first Unreal 5 game in the studio, and it's particularly suited to the Sicilian setting.
We've really been able to push the boat out in terms of sort of the real tiny details on everything.
You know, one of the big ones for me is metahuman. You have characters that have really lifelike expressions, micro details. You know, many times when I'm watching the game, especially on a big screen in 4K, I start to forget that they're characters rendered in an engine. They just look like real characters in a movie. I think that's the level of immersion that we want, and it allows people, I think, to really suspend their disbelief and go along for the ride.
Enzo is beautifully rendered in the game, and I think he's one of the most compelling game characters we've seen for a long time.
The thing I'm most excited about from Mafia the Old Country is finally getting the game in players' hands.
The story pulls you through really quickly, and at the end, it takes your breath away, and it's one that you're not going to want to spoil for your friends.
The visuals and the storytelling are absolutely next level.
Our setting's completely distinctive. Our story's completely unique. This is a game that you haven't played before. The best crime stories have unforgettable twists, and this game's no exception. Players are in for a treat.
Welcome, Enzo.
Fire.
And that's our panel, everyone. Oh, I thought you'd boo that. No, it was a boo moment. It was a boo moment. You got to get better at this. Ladies, gentlemen, and NBs, please put your hands together for, of course, the team of development leads from Hangar 13, the people making Mafia the Old Country.
Unreal Engine 5. I keep telling y'all, get ready.
All right, let's start with first day of school kind of stuff. Who are you and what do you do?
Hello, Greg. I'm Nick Baines. I'm the studio president at Hangar 13.
I'm Alex Cox. I'm the game director of Mafia the Old Country.
Hello everyone, I'm Tomasz Rybicik, I'm the cinematic director.
Of course I want to dive in to Mafia the Old Country and talk all about this. It's the new game, it's the hotness, it's that. But we would be remiss if we didn't call out at the very beginning, the little trailer, the tease of this has been 23 years of Mafia games. Nick, what does that mean to you?
Well, it's incredible. I think, you know, to work on a franchise and a series of games that are this well loved by the players and also by the developers. You know, it's like people join this studio to work on this game and there's so much passion for it. And, you know, the opportunity to take it forwards to a whole new story is something that's really huge and important to us. But something also that people don't always realize when they hear about Hangar 13 and they think about Mafia 3 or they think about Mafia Definitive Edition, but Hangar 13.
Definitive Edition, come on. I was having dinner with Ben Starr last night, and he was like, no one talks enough about Definitive. I'm like, no one talks enough about Definitive Edition.
I agree, I agree. You know, but the thing is, people don't realize necessarily that Hangar 13 has a lot of people that worked on Mafia all the way back to the very beginning. You know, we've got studios in the UK and in the Czech Republic, who, by the way, they are hard at work on this game right now, but they've taken a break to tune in to this, so big shout out to those guys. Big shout out to those guys. And so yeah, it's just something that it really is in the, you know, the DNA of the studio.
Sure.
And I mean, I've been here for like 7-8 years. The two gentlemen to my left have been working on the projects for much, much longer, and they have Mafia running through their veins. So,
Alex, how long have you been working on the project?
I've been working on Mafia since 2007, so I'm a relative spring chicken compared to some of those who've been around for a little longer than me. But yeah, my first game was my first Mafia game was Mafia 2, still very close to my heart, very dear to my heart.
Hell yeah!
And yeah, I mean, I was one of the fans that Nick mentioned. You know, like I remember distinctly playing the first Mafia game 23 years ago. So I played it. My first experience was as a player. I fell in love with the franchise then. You know, it was really, you know, if you guys remember the first Mafia, it was one of the first games that really went hard on a movie-like cinematic experience. It really blew me away at the time. I just left uni. I was a film student, right? So I was really like big into the whole idea of games as movies at the time. And yeah, so when I finally joined the franchise a few years later, I was immensely excited and still am to be working on something. And I'm very glad that people still want to play those kind of games today. So 18 years of time on the franchise for me, which even after all that time, I've not managed to make my way onto the box art, unlike my friend Thomas here to my left, who has
featured on.
You're the boxer.
Yeah, yeah, it happened.
What do we have an accent? What does that mean? He was the boxer.
Like one of the artists just took the photo.
Oh my
we had
God.
fun, so yeah. That's me 25 years ago.
What?
As a young mafioso.
So not so much a spring chicken. You've been around, Thomas.
Little bit. So yeah, it's been incredible experience working on all the Mafia titles, and what excites me the most is that
That's crazy.
everything we learned on the journey,
Sure.
we can now bring and use it on this new origin story and elevate it to next level of the storytelling.
I mean, that's a great transition. So then Nick as president, big highfalutin title, even though you've barely been here a minute.
That's right.
What are you taking from Mafia 1, 2, and 3 when you look at Mafia the Old Country, when you guys set off to do something that is so radically different?
Yeah, well, it's radically different in some ways, and in other ways, it's very much still in the same vein as the other games. It has the same DNA. I think when we set out to make a Mafia game, and when we think about what a Mafia game is, we really identify, what the DNA of that experience is, and there's certain pillars that we look at when we're deciding exactly what it is we want to feature, or how we want to, what kind of gameplay, what kind of story. So, for example, historical pulp fiction, brutal worlds of organized crime, gifted anti-heroes, setting as a main character, and themes of power. I think if you played other Mafia games, you'll recognize all of those things as really key elements of them. I think, all of those are definitely true in all the games. So when we look at what's next, we look back to this and we think, how does what we're making now fit in with those and deliver the kind of Mafia experience the players want and that we want to make?
So then let's move on. Let's talk about Mafia the Old Country. Everybody's excited for it. I think what immediately jumps off at me, right, as a fan is, okay, it's a prequel. It's a new location. It seems like a new tone. Am I wrong about that, Alex? I'm going off of what I've seen here.
Well, the tone is, the tone is a little different to the other games, of course, but the setting is different to the other games. So that's the reason why the tone feels a little different. It's more,
Sure.
it's got a kind of adventure vibe to it. Again, you saw in the video there, riding through the countryside, chasing that cart, for example, from the trailer. It's the tone and the setting of the game has been, tailored around a 1900s Sicilian setting. We're not in a city anymore like the Mafia trilogy titles. We're out in the countryside. We are in a time before Tommy guns and such like, right? So we're in a kind of an old
Tommy guns.
Yeah, we're just in a different age. So that's kind of like infused all aspects of the design and the creative direction. And also, this is an origin story. We've gone back to the start of the timeline of the franchise story. We're still in the Mafia universe, but we've gone back a little bit of time right to the very beginnings. But also not just the beginning of that story, but the story of organized crime. We all have a good idea, I think, of what the American Mafia looks like from films and TV shows. Probably less of a clear idea about what the Sicilian Mafia is or what that meant, but that is the start of it all. Sure. They invented the term, So that's what our story's about here. It's going back to the start there, exploring what caused the Sicilian Mafia to sort of originate in the first place, and set the course for what happens next later in the Mafia story.
Thomas, I think, looking at the trailer, the gameplay, and of course the cinematics and stuff, what really pops is the performances right now. Obviously, when we get on sticks, it'll be a different feeling. Nobody's getting on mouse and keyboard. When we get on sticks, it'll be a different feeling. Oh, there's an undercurrent of a boo there.
Whoa.
Talk to me about what it was approaching casting for this. How do you go and do something that's a period piece but is being done in modern times? What is that like?
We had a very strong casting team behind us to help us to filter down all the candidates to final selection. We spent over 2 months interviewing all the talents, having the calls to making sure that we are selecting the best possible fit for each of the role. And I have to say that we are really lucky that we ended up with our first choices for each of the role of the main character. Every game is very unique. Every Mafia game is very unique. And it's in a big part due to the cast and especially to the lead. So casting Enzo was very critical to us. We were looking for someone who can embody the specific Enzo's journey and help us to set the distinct tone of the narrative. And authenticity is also a huge part of our project. So casting for 90s Sicily meant that we had to pay close attention to all the details, nuances, even in the dialogues. So we hired dialogue coach who helped us to and actors to mentor and make sure that all the dialogues were feeling the natural and authentic to this period.
Awesome. Alex, piggybacking off of that, we're talking about cast. We're talking about how close they have to work together because, of course, the Mafia is all about family. What is the family in this narrative? What are we getting into?
Yeah, it's a good question because, like, you know, all of these crime stories. I mean, it's about family in some way, a crime family, but also family as it means to most of us, right? You know, the people you love and care about. And the drama in most crime stories is about that, isn't it? Like the difference and the you know, between those two types of families and the compromises, the decisions that the characters have to make at the center of the story to trade off between those two things. In our story, Enzo begins the story. He has no family. He's an orphan. He grows up in a sulfur mine in a very terrible environment. And when he finally finds his way into the Cirisi crime family, he finds a sense of belonging, something he's been looking for all the time. But then it's about how much. But then, you know, he's not quite sure what he wants. He wants a sense of belonging. He wants to fit in somewhere. A gang seems to offer him that kind of that environment. But then he also has some, other inclinations as to what he might want from his life. So what's he prepared to sacrifice for his family? I mean, that's a big question around the whole story.
And it'll be answered in Mafia, the Old Country.
This is going to
You're
be
a tough
good.
one to crack, Alex. All right. My notes apparently say that, of course, the cast members have sent us messages that we are ready to show you. Are you wanting to see cast member messages? Paxies! Ghostbuster seems iffy, but everybody else is in. Let's watch him.
Hi, my name is Riccardo Frascari, and I play Enzo Favara in Mafia the Old Country. Enzo is a kid who gets a really hard start in life working in the sulfur mines. But through how his work and his resilience, he earns a chance to redeem himself with the Cirisi family. That's where he learns the real values of family and loyalty. Enzo is Caruso. Caruso is an orphan who was sold to slavery when he was a boy, who never knew family, and Cirisi's give him a chance to be somebody, to belong, and to make something out of himself. Enzo's characteristics are definitely his strength, his loyalty, his resilience, and his determination. He's very determined to find his place in the world and to claim his spot as a free man. His strongest desire is to be a free man and to live his own life as he wants.
Sounds good. Sounds like it's gonna be intense, bro.
Nick, he was very handsome.
He's very handsome.
Is the entire cast as handsome?
Yes, they are. Yes, they are. And before we talk about Enzo a minute, I just want to say, firstly, Riccardo has put in an amazing performance. I think the whole cast are incredible, and I think the casting's been, like Thomas was saying, the casting was incredible for this game, and I genuinely think, you know, we see it in game, and we're like blown away ourselves, right?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
incredible. And also, what's also cool, Riccardo is a really, really nice guy. He actually flew out to our studio in the Czech Republic about a month ago.
Wow.
And hung out with the team and played the game. And yeah, so he's a top guy, as well as being what I think is going to be Enzo is one of, I think, going to be the next fan favorite character. His story is really emotional. You see him going from real rags to riches, but he's, you know, he really starts at the bottom in those sulfur mines. It's a pretty horrific start to life. And yeah, he has some highs and some lows as he goes along the story, but I think everyone's going to love it. I really do think, yeah, he's up there with the best Mafia main characters.
That's
so.
a highfalutin praise.
crazy.
All right, that's a good list of characters right there.
Hold me to that.
Okay, hold them to it, everybody.
Wow.
Let's see who we have next.
They hold them to that.
This is where you boo. You can boo here. Boo. Thank you. You're getting it. You're getting it, everybody. And that's our panel. Well, I hope you're happy, everybody. You ruined PAX East. Panel number 3 of the day, and everything dies? Me? I'm not pressing the buttons. I didn't do anything. Good Lord. All right, let's reboot the thing there. You know what I mean? That's okay, everybody. No. What? Windows need to update.
Hey,
Will there be a boot?
I'm Karina Conti, and I play the character of Isabella Torrisi in Mafia: The Old Country. Isabella is intelligent, courageous, and passionate. While she is born into privilege, she's overcome hardship in life. And I think more than anything, more than even longing for her father's approval and love, I think she longs to drink deeply of life. I think she longs to fulfill her potential, and she's frustrated that the male-dominated society into which she was born doesn't allow her to do that. Isabella is a woman born ahead of her time. She is a loving daughter, but she's fiercely independent. And so she longs for freedom from the structures of conservative society and from her father, Don Torrisi.
Gonna be fire, bro.
Alex, talk to me about Isabella.
Well, yes. I mean, Isabella is, as Karina there mentioned in the...
Why are you afraid of that microphone?
Huh?
You start here talking to it, and you go away from it. I don't need it. Talk to the microphone, Alex. There's people here.
Is this better?
That's better.
Yeah, that's better. Okay. Isabella, as Karina mentioned in the trailer, is Don Torrisi's daughter, and it really comes back to that family thing we were talking about a moment ago. She represents the other side of the family question to Enzo. You know, like, is he going to commit to the crime family, or is there something else that he can commit to, a family more in a conventional sense, which is going to be closer to his heart? Karina's performance is absolutely incredible. Again, I'm really, really looking forward for people to see her story and Isabella's story as she's playing, as they're playing through the game. So, yeah, that's another standout performance, I think.
I'm glad they got to see her message.
Yeah, I mean...
Hey, round of applause for real to the PAX Techs making it happen. If you're a Kind of Funny fan, you know we wouldn't have come back. We would have just walked off. That's it. Go get lunch, Kevin. Before we end the messages, we have one here, the final one from the Don himself. Can we roll that?
Hi, my name is Johnny Santiago, and I voice the character of Bernardo Torrisi in Mafia: The Old Country. Playing Don Torrisi was definitely an honor. He is a very complex and conflicted man with a brutal, animalistic core, which made it so much fun. Is constantly trying to find the right balance of his family, his business, and making sure that loyalty is above all things honored. Bernardo is driven by his legacy and making sure that his family is taken care of, most especially his daughter, and that what he leaves behind for her and the family is better than what he was given or came into. I hope you enjoy the game.
Good stuff.
Did he walk in, Tomas? You're like, well, that's the Don. He sounds like the Don. He looks like the Don. It's the Don.
Johnny, I would just, correct him slightly because he said he's the voice of the Don Torrisi. He created the full character, obviously, the full performance, and he did great and awesome job, as you can see. Don Torrisi is a patriarch of Torrisi's crime family. He's very powerful and imposing person who commands respect and expects everyone to follow the Mafia code. Don offers Enzo life-changing opportunities. However, this comes in price of total obedience and loyalty to him and his family.
Amazing. I think it's important, obviously, the cast of characters we're going to play as, interact with, all that stuff, but as you guys called out, Nick, in the front with your pillars and stuff, the setting has to be a character as well, right? So talk to me about 1900s Sicily for the Old Country. It's not something you can just go visit, like, well, you can, but it's not like it was. Like, how did you go about going back in time to do this?
Going back in time would have been hard. But
Yeah, that would have been helpful.
I think the thing with Sicily, which is incredible, is as a setting for a Mafia game, it's totally brand new and fresh. It is an incredibly beautiful land. The countryside is amazing. The architecture is stunning. But it's the birth of organized crime. It's where there's a dark underbelly behind the doors. There's bad things happening, and in the shadows, there's nasty people. So I think that kind of contrast is really, really memorable. And I mean, for us, as always with Mafia games, authenticity is really key. So we went out there, we've got a ton of reference. We really made it as authentic as possible. But to be honest, it's great. There's not that much artistic or creative interpretation required because it is such an amazing, larger-than-life, beautiful environment. So yeah, it's a really, really great setting for this kind of story.
Thomas, what is the research? You guys went there, right? We saw that in some of the videos.
Nick mentioned the authenticity is a really high priority to us, so the research was very extensive. But the best for us was how to immerse ourselves, was to send the dev team over to Sicily, to walk the streets, to feel the climate, to talk to the people. Eventually, we even talked to the local historians to learn what the life was like back then. What we love on Sicily is the contrast between beautiful country of the Sicily and the harsh life conditions the people had to face back then. It was even more obvious when we went down to the sulfur mines and learned how brutal and dangerous the life was there just to survive. Actually, you were there on the trip, so...
Yeah, it's a tough life as a game developer, going to touring around Sicily.
To holiday, I wasn't that lucky.
It was, I mean, the hotel didn't have a spa or anything, but everything else was great.
Good job.
It was great. We get, to really represent the authenticity of the environment, as you say, Thomas, about creating a game experience that's very immersive, that really transports you back to the time period and particularly to that location. It's very important to actually go and see it for yourself.
Is the setting working with the themes you're trying to go with family and all that?
Well, there's plenty of there's a whole range of stuff there. So when we went to Sicily, we visited sulfur mines, we visited in the Greek ruins, we saw some images there, the knife makers and people that fight with the Sicilian knife fighting, all kinds of stuff. We ate the food, we spoke to the people, we learned the swear words and the gestures and all of the other stuff. So there's some kind, so we can translate that into a game experience which is as authentic as everyone's expecting from a Mafia game.
I understand.
Lunchi, what's good, my brother?
A million different things, Alex. But when you go there and you're talking to local historians or just people, are they stoked when you're like, we're making a video game about here? They're like, oh, is it positive? They're like,
Yep. Everyone was very excited about the idea.
Yeah?
Yep. I'd say so. Yeah, it was great. Everyone was very enthusiastic about it, and again, I hope, particularly players in Sicily, we've got the, we took that a little one stage further as well. I think our Italian localized version is actually also in Sicilian dialect.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, if you want to kind of play through in Sicilian for a little bit more of an added vibe. That's there too, which is great, which is really cool. I was playing it last week, and it's it's a different kind of vibe. So, yeah.
This game is gonna be fire.
Nick, let's pivot to gameplay. Of course, we're all gamers.
Oh, here we go, gameplay.
Right? We love gameplay. That was a big deal to see the gameplay trailer today for the first time. What were you guys trying to get across with the gameplay trailer?
Mm-hmm. Well, the first thing was to hopefully make it really clear that if you love Mafia, you're going to love Mafia the Old Country, right? This is classic. This is classic Mafia gameplay, modernized. It's brought to 2025. But if you like it, if you like Mafia, you're going to love this. But the other thing as well was to really show the variety of gameplay as well. The fact that there's knife fighting now. The combat's much more grounded and gritty. I hope that came across. There's horses as well, which
big deal.
A new thing, right? So. And the jewels that you saw with the knife. So I think the big thing was, this is familiar, but it's better. And it's, and also I think the other big thing really was just to really give a taste of how this setting gives a new twist on that classic formula.
I love that transition. Alex, back on you. Talk to me about combat. We see knife fighting, we see guns. Is it what we exactly expect, or is it a take on it in the Mafia world?
Well, again, we tailored combat to the time period and the setting. We're talking about a time before automatic weapons. But also we're talking about an environment that's very sparse, that's very rugged, and actually another kind of angle we wanted to take on the design is kind of to channel something which was a bit more from the original Mafia game, where combat was a little bit more challenging. It was more tactical. With Mafia 3, we went in a more kind of like bombastic sort of combat direction. We wanted to sort of pare that back, make combat feel more dangerous, kind of like having to survive combat encounters rather than just blasting your way through them. So all of those things are really kind of like designed around the setting, and also Enzo's attributes. You know, Enzo as a character, he is this kind of coiled spring, as we describe him, a guy that's a survivor. He survived the mines. So him kind of like scrabbling around, looting for kind of weapons in combat scenarios, for example, is gives you a good idea about what it's like to kind of like survive through these combat encounters rather than just kind of shoot to win. Yeah. So in addition, I think we also saw again in the videos, but like the knife is quite a significant new addition in terms of combat. We wanted to make it so that the knife, again, it's kind of a Sicilian tradition. Sicilian knife fighting is very evocative of the time period and of Sicilian gangsters generally. So we wanted to make it so that the knife is more than just a kind of a one-shot kill kind of like animation. You know, it's the player's knife. You can choose from different knives in the game. Each knife has got different attributes and skills associated with it. So you can kind of like, some knives you can throw, some knives give you bonuses in other aspects of combat. And then we've got this knife dueling mode as well, which is new to the game and new to Mafia. So, you know, every now and again you come up against a kind of a boss character in missions, and you have a kind of a one-on-one kind of duel to the death with them as well.
That's sick as
that's
fuck.
cool.
Okay. That's awesome.
Nice.
What's not awesome is that there's no Tommy guns. And so I would like to come back to that point, Nick. Thank you very much, everybody. Did you ever play Assassin's Creed? They make shit up all the time. You know what I mean? Here's a wingsuit. Why not? You know what I mean? Well, give me a prototype Tommy gun. But if there are no Tommy guns, Nick, what are we getting into when it comes to firearms? There are guns. We saw them in the trailer.
Absolutely. I think the big difference, you know, guns back in those days, they're less forgiving. You can't just like spray and shoot.
Sure.
Like a Tommy gun as well. So, you know, it's revolvers, it's bolt-action rifles, but it's a much more tactical experience. You've got to really think about what you're doing. You know, you're going to be in cover more. You know, as Alex said, really, it's about a feeling of vulnerability, like, you know, really fighting for your life. You know, every bullet counts. You're going to be relying on the knife. You're going to be relying on your guns. But really, it's down to you as a player how you want to play. It's just a much more brutal, grounded experience, I think, than maybe players are used to in a Mafia game. But again, keep saying the word authenticity, but that's what it was like.
And I want to piggyback off that again as we continue to move through what we saw in the gameplay trailer. We talked about the pillar. We talked about this. We talked about vehicles. And then, Tomas, we see vehicles in there, but of course they're far different than the vehicles we've seen before. How do you bring those into this game, make them authentic, but make them fun?
Yeah, obviously the cars are always the major feature of our games since the very first one. So we are taking that very seriously, making the cars authentic also in the Mafia or the old country. So the research was extensive, and we are doing our best to find the best possible materials for our references. We're so lucky that in Czech Republic we found a huge museum having all suitable cars for us. So, and the owner was so cool that he allowed us not to only take the pictures of the cars, but even take them out, you know, and drive them. So
that's crazy.
This is the first time we were able to hook up like dozen microphones all around microphones all around the car, and capture all the possible sounds, not just the engine exhaust, you know, transmission, but all the creaks of the springs and all the metal shifts of the body of the car. So the sounds of the cars are so rich and authentic that it's amazing.
Let me stop the entire panel and ask. This is something we keep calling out and making a point about it. But to look at you guys, first off, looking like a bunch of goons, but I love it. With all the microphones on these cars and doing all these things, we keep talking about authenticity. Why is that so important? Couldn't we record one car and put the engine on everything and then move on to something else? Why go to this Czech Republic car museum and record each and every one of them 15 different ways?
It's just something we've always done, hasn't it, since the very first? I don't know, this is what we do. Like, all of the guns get their own recordings, the cars, we do the research and all the costumes and everything. Yeah,
We're
it's
just
like,
doing it better and better.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been important to the franchise to be, authentic. It's part of our kind of DNA, really. It's part of the identity of Mafia games, so yeah.
I think as well, we really want players to feel super immersed with the story. And I think the more believable and the more genuine it feels, the more you feel, you can really, fall into the world, and it feels like something that is real. And you can't really fake that. I think you need to try and keep it as truthful as possible.
All right. Thank you for the diatribe. You've been nice enough to bring so many slides, and I'm like, you know what, throw them out. Let's talk for a second. I was like, to get back to it and to get back to the cars.
I hope you
Alex,
could
talk to me
customize
about
them.
Driving them. Again, I keep coming back to, they're going to be authentic. Will they be fun?
Of course, yeah. Like, this is so, like, we got car chases, just like previous Mafia games, of course. Like, it's part of the cinematic storytelling and part of the gameplay experience of all Mafia games. Again, cars are very important to us. But this time we're at the dawn of motoring. That's the turning point between when cars were starting to appear in Sicily. So they're kind of rarer, let's say, but the car chases and all of the car gameplay is, again, very similar to previous Mafia games, I would say. But with the difference that the vehicles themselves are designed to feel like cars of the time period. So they kind of got a heavy kind of handling model and things like that to really kind of evoke those 1900s vehicles.
Now, Nick, of course, you called out the other new vehicle, the horse. Maybe the original vehicle. Talk to me about that, bringing that to Mafia.
Well, we couldn't really set the game in 1905 Sicily without horses, and that's the first thing. But it adds a really interesting dynamic as you explore the world, because the first thing is, like Alex was saying, cars are pretty new. So a lot of the roads that are in the countryside are actually meant for horses and carts. So as you go along, there's kind of choices of which way you take it, and some are more suited for horses, some cars, but you can choose. You can go whichever one you want to. And it's enjoyable. I think that's the main thing. It's about trying to give more enjoyment as you go from A to B and as you explore the world. It feels great.
Sounds good to me.
And you have to crank them when they break down, right?
The horses?
No, the cars, you mean. Sorry.
I mean, we could have done that. We could do the tail, maybe, but I'm not sure.
No.
Anyway,
I mean, sorry.
There are multiple ways to crank a horse, all right? Don't worry about that.
I mean, I did wonder where I was going, so yeah, but no, that's right.
Who, me? Let's get back to hard-hitting journalism. Tomas, the one thing I think that speaks, whether you've seen the game, you know the game, whatever, you watch that trailer and the game looks really good. Are you prepared to go on record and say this is the best-looking Mafia game of all time?
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay, good.
Wow.
Give me a little bit more than that. What goes into making it look like this?
All right. Our goal was always to set the benchmark for the cinematic quality with our Mafia games. We wanted the player to feel like they are stepping into and playing the classic mob movie in these settings and in this era. So we are creating incredibly detailed environment across Sicily, from the beautiful landscapes down to super detailed architecture. One more feature we are bringing to this Mafia Old Country we didn't have before is the seamless transition. So we are getting seamlessly from the gameplay to the cinematics and back. So all the experience is fluent throughout the whole game.
How much is that benefited by or because of Unreal Engine 5? I know you guys have talked a lot about that in some of the videos we've done, but I've got to imagine that's a big part of it.
So, the technology advanced a lot since the first Mafia.
You don't say. 23 years?
With moving us to Unreal Engine 5, it opens new possibilities we were not able to reach before. The details we are getting now is incredible. The nanites allowing us to model everything, like the environment, characters, cars, everything, that you are losing even the sense and presence of the triangles, polygons. It's so realistic. The lighting is so real and beautiful and makes the overall picture so coherent and pleasant to eyes. And MetaHuman allowing us to not just create super real and detailed characters, but how detailed, how precisely we can transfer all those perfect performance from the stage to on the screen with all these micro details and on the facial expression that you can feel and read the emotions even without any spoken words.
And I think, you know, you were the one, of course, to call out, because these chuckleheads, they don't care about the performers. You do. That the Dawn, so much more than just the voice. You guys did mocap these folks,
Yes.
right? Have them in there. Why, I don't say authenticity, why does that matter so much? And what does that bring in? Like, what stories do you have from that? Authenticity.
Thank you. It's of authenticity, really.
No, but for bringing them in, do you have, like, moments with them? Like, is that what makes you think this story in cinema goes to a different level? Like, do you have stories about them that you loved?
Can you help me here, Alex, please?
I mean, yeah, I mean, there's plenty, of course. Like, there's that moment when the Don's cranking that horse. That, like,
yeah. Oh, we have footage of the cranking of the horse.
No. I think we can show that. I mean, I was on the stage for a lot of the mocap, and actually, the thing that really stands out to me when I remember from the shoots is when we were shooting the scene of Enzo and Isabella's first meeting. And obviously that's quite an important moment in the story, and we were, like, literally myself and Matthew Aitken, who's the lead writer on the game, we had been going back and forward for an hour beforehand, rewriting the script, like, still trying to find the right, you know, just the right vibe. They've got, like, I don't know, 40 or 50 words in this thing, and we're writing it over and over again. And when they did the scene, it was amazing. Like, you know, everybody was kind of, like, hushed on the set. I actually got chills when I was watching them perform it. And I'm really, really looking forward to everybody playing that, because it's a super cool moment, and again, I think indicative of a lot of the character nuance that we're getting from that mocap process.
That's actually something that I think, again, going back to what Thomas was saying about the way we really now capture the non-spoken acting because of the metahuman. Some of these scenes that are really, really, you know, emotional scenes, and maybe in the past you wouldn't have. You know, there's not many words spoken during them, and you wouldn't necessarily get that in the game because the nuances of the face wouldn't be there. But
Sure.
but now they are, and now there are moments that are actually unspoken where you look at it and it really you know hits you. So
The little things
the little
that
things,
make them
exactly,
human,
yeah. The facial movements that you would never know.
All right, so we got what we wanted.
Alex, you talked about being on set for those mocap moments, and I totally noticed that I didn't do my due diligence. How long have you been working on Mafia of the Old Country? I mean, the team. How long has this game been gestating? We get to this point, it's so exciting to get it out in front of your audience, to start showing gameplay. You know, we were joking back there, Nick. I was like, what did you do since rehearsal? And you were like, I've just been looking at gameplay reactions. Because again, like, I think it's lost on us as gamers, because on our end, there's a new game every week. There's something cool happening, da-da-da-da-da. It's often lost that, yeah, it's been 23 years, but that's 4 games? You know what I mean? How long is this one being worked on? How big of a deal is it for you to be here right now saying, here's our baby?
It's a weird one, actually, because the first pitch for this game, I think I made it about 15 years ago, when we were talking about the Mafia story at large, and the whole idea of telling the story of organized crime through the 20th century, and the idea of going back to the start was there. That was before we decided to do the remake of the first game and things like that. That was part of that pitch even then. We started work on this title just after we finished work on Mafia Definitive Edition. So we'd just sort of taken a bath in Mafia. We'd done the other Definitive Editions as well, kind of sort of discovered what was great about the IP and what we really loved about it. And yeah, so it's been 4 or 5 years of development, but the first part of that was all on paper, really, story development and concept development. So yeah, now actually finally seeing it here and being at the show in particular is like making it very real. Now the game's going to come out soon. It's quite exciting.
So roughly like 3 years, they've had
Congratulations, guys. You know
actually
what I mean?
developing
What
the
August
game.
is right around the corner, but I digress, of course. Before then, you have to answer to your community. We, of course, reached out. When I say we, I mean you're amazing community managers over here for Mafia, the Old Country. Thank you so much. And said, hey, who's got questions? They've got answers. So we're going to read from this one. Goodfella CLE, which I mean, I assume is Cleveland. You know? Right? Probably? You're bombing these answers. You have said the game is not open world, but that you can explore areas. Can you elaborate on that? And even though the game is narrative driven, will we be able to explore Sicily in more open areas? How interactive will the world be? Community managers, that was more than one question. Thought it was pretty clear, but let's start with that. It's not open world. I know I saw a buzz about that today, that it was a linear one, you guys said.
Okay, I'll try and answer that question. So I think the thing with this game is, like Alex said, we started this when we came off Mafia Definitive Edition, and we really took a lot of inspiration by how well, that landed with people, and the fact it's a focused story that takes you through. There's a world around you, but really we're pulling you through the journey. We want, these games are made for you to complete. We want you to see the story, right? So that's very much influenced the way we've created this game. So when you're going through Sicily, when you're playing the game, you're going along a golden path, you're seeing the story unfold in front of you, but there are things going on around you in the world. There's if you stop and look around, there's people in the fields harvesting crops, there's people going around their day. You can go off the path if you want and explore elsewhere. So it's kind of, there's this beautiful world around you, but that's not our focus. Our focus has been, let's do a real polished gem, which is just something where it is super high quality, AAA storytelling, super high quality gameplay, and that's the focus. But yeah, there is a environment around you. If you
I'm good with that.
Go and look at it, because it looks absolutely incredible. But
yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, we want you to go through that golden path, that main storyline.
I mean, very similar to Mafia 1 and Mafia 2.
Exactly.
I mean, that's like literally the inspiration. We wanted to, we wanted to make a game that was of a similar kind of nature. If you've played those games, if you love those games, the Mafia the Old Country's got a very similar structure.
Yeah.
That's good with me.
On behalf of me, I love that. That's what I want out of that. I want that tight mob story. So yeah, that's pretty dope. Ebb Educational 2109. You can think of a better name. What types of missions and heists can players anticipate in Mafia the Old Country, and how will they reflect the early era of organized crime in Sicily?
So, we tried to encompass a whole range of stuff when we were designing the game. We've got new scenarios that are entirely specific to the kind of things that happen in Sicily at the time. Actually, we saw some clips there.
Make sure y'all smash that like button on your way in, man.
In that time, bandits would go and kidnap people and kind of hold them to ransom. Not something that commonly happens in American crime. But then we've got sort of similar scenarios to other Mafia games, in some cases some intentional remixes and revisiting of some similar ideas. I mean, it's assassinations, it's killings, it's shootouts, it's all of the kind of the crime scenarios that you can imagine. A lot of them have got like a distinctive Sicilian twist, shootouts in Greek ruins or stealth missions in catacombs and crypts, the kind of stuff that really is distinctive to the time and place.
Question for me, just off the top of my head here. When we're talking about this, and we're talking about how deep this game is and how many things are going on, the story of this, the horses, the horses. How much, when you look at it and what you guys have right now back at the office, is what you originally envisioned? There's that old adage, right, of like every game's only 60% of the vision. Do you feel like you got above that?
Yeah, I think probably closer to 80%. You never get everything you want, but like actually part of our goal here was to to sort of like design a game that we could deliver. So it's not more development talk now, but really we got most of what we wanted to get in the can. So I think we're pretty satisfied with that.
Okay. And then final question. Comes from Game Over Greggy as well. Will there be any returning characters or references to the other Mafia games? You have a community here that loves Mafia, right? You're talking about the pantheon of protagonists. There's obviously, you're prequeling it, so we're going forward, but there's people who could come back and be like, are we doing that? Are we having that kind of crossover to make fans get excited?
So we've met some of the main characters today. There are additional characters, of course, in the main cast, and there are some returning characters. I'm not going to spoil who those characters are now.
But how many are there?
There's four in-person returning characters. Some of them you're going to have to look quite carefully to find them, but they are there.
They'll be babies. You'll walk by, they'll be in the hospital room.
You can wait and see, yeah.
Would you say horses? No, the horses are new. No horses. Horsepower.
No comment.
No comment on horsepower, all right? we are just about out of time, if you can believe it. But of course, this isn't your last chance to see these fine gentlemen. After this, you can head down. They are going to be doing a signing room on level 0 right after the panel, 3:30 to 4:30. But before I let everybody go, is there anything else, Nick?
Yeah,
Nice.
I've got one more thing to say to everyone. The first thing is, it is just 3 months today until the game comes out. So we are working super hard to bring that to you. As of today, you can now pre-order, and we've got a gift for you all. Those of you that are in here and watching from home, if you scan this QR code, you get a special gift. That knife there, that can be yours. So there, that's your reward for coming along today. So thank you, and we will see you in Sicily on August the 8th.
Everybody, a round of applause, please, for Hank. Well, hold on. Everybody's taking get your QR code scanned. You're not going to be able to applaud if you're QR scanning. Sir, how old is your phone? What was taking? Everybody good? All right, round of applause, please, for Hangar 13. Mafia: The Old Country is out August 8th. Have an amazing PAX East. We'll see you at the signing, everybody.
Tough. Hey, man. Hey, man. Hey, man. Tell me what y'all thought, man. It's a pretty lengthy one, but overall, I'm expecting some very good storytelling from this game. Some very good gameplay from this game. Visually looking very good as well. They're using Unreal Engine 5. Like I told y'all, get ready because the majority of these developers are just gonna make the switch. That's what's gonna happen. Unreal Engine is gonna become the go-to engine, like basically the default. So I told y'all, like, get ready for that. So they're using Unreal Engine 5. Let's see how everything's gonna play out. It's gonna be fire, bro. That game is gonna be fire, and I'm good with the whole not being open world. Every game don't have to be open world. It's gonna be more of a linear game, narrative driven, which is fine by me, bro. Let's get to it. I want to get through the story, see how it is, the campaign, and see what story they're telling us, and I'm good with that, bro. That's why it's $50, I believe. It's not this grand, big open world type of game and things like that. So that's why I believe it's $50. As far as the campaign, probably is gonna be like what? Since it's $50, what could we say? Like 18 hours, I'll say, like to wrap up the campaign or something like that. That's fine by me. I'm good with that. I say like 18 hours. That's what I'm saying. 12 to 15, yeah, I could see that too. 12 to 15 hours, $50, yeah. It's gonna be fire. So I'm good with it. There's a lot of games coming out. Like Michael said, I don't need this game to be super long, bro. I don't need it to be super long. I'm good. But yeah, overall, great show, man. Great show. My brother Albert in the building talking about he just saw some Wolverine gameplay. Like what you saw or what? What's going on? Okay. We could also go look at some new footage from Death Stranding 2 as well. If y'all want me to pull that up. What? Okay. But yeah, we could definitely pull that up here. That was a great show. Cause I also want to show you this a little bit of gameplay. From this game coming out. Seeing it here. What's it called? This one here. Absalom. They dropped some new gameplay for it. It looks good. But let me see what y'all gotta say first. Ali can't wait, okay. Great show, yes sir. I think we will see Joe. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna be fire. Yup. Death Stranding looks incredible. They did a review also as well, but we're not gonna look at it today because that's like still like a 30-minute review. After sitting through that that panel right there, I'm not finna listen to a review for 30 minutes. But this is it right here. This is it right here. Yeah, Hellblade 2 should have cost $30. I mean, you got it on Game Pass for free. But definitely. The campaign was only like 7 hours. You know? So yeah, definitely. Should have been $30. Absolutely. So overall for this one here, Death Stranding 2, everybody was impressed. For those who got to play it, like Skill Up, Jeff Keighley. Jeff Keighley said that this is Kojima's best work to date. They refined the combat system a little bit and the gameplay. So he's saying that they think that people are gonna like this game more. I guess they kind of heard and they kind of felt that energy from Death Stranding 1, which a lot of people said, you know, walking simulator, it was boring, blah, blah, blah. So I guess they kind of heard that feedback, and I think Kojima stepped it up on this one. So that's what they're saying. Let me see something here. This is an image here. This is Death Stranding 1. Okay. Stranding 1. And this is Death Stranding 2. That Decima engine is crazy, bro. Definitely more detailed. You can see it on his skin, on his arms, right? If you look at his arms, you can see the dirt on his arms. You can see like the hand prints. Somebody was touching him or something like that. But you could definitely see it. Look at the arms, and now look at Death Stranding 1. See the difference? Oh, you can still see the prints, but it's like more glossy, right? This one here just looks more realistic. We look at his shirt, we look at his face, right? Look at his face. It definitely looks, you can see the difference. way more realistic than it already looked. The same goes for his arms. The same goes for the shirt as well. Definitely looks better when you look at Death Stranding 2. Look at this. This looks just like him, bro. Look at the hair. The hair physics is gonna be on point in this. Everything looks better. More refined, more in tune, more definition to it, more color. You know, a touch up basically, like a huge touch up. So definitely looks very good. Like it. Let's see here. So tomorrow, I know I had planned for the marathon panel that they were gonna give us an update on what's happening with marathon. So they just announced that they are canceling that because the game director, Mr. Joe Ziegler, is unavailable tomorrow. So they had to reschedule it. So now it is going to be on May 16th at 4 p.m. Eastern. I'm gonna have to reschedule that. That's on May 16th. It's no longer gonna be to. Oh, I have to. All right, so I just deleted longer on. But yeah, he said he had to not available. So that's not going on tomorrow. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I thought it was today too, Michael, but I checked yesterday and they had moved it to tomorrow. So I don't know what's going on. It was supposed to be today. And then they was like, "Oh, we mistakenly we got the days mixed up." I forgot what they said. It is not going to be held on Friday, the 9th or whatever. And that's why I scheduled it for tomorrow. Now they just came out and they said, "Oh, Joe Ziegler is not available tomorrow, May 16th." May 16th. Yeah, we don't know if they're going to show new stuff. They're just going to give us an update as far as like what's next. So maybe like what's next, like as far as the next open beta, the next beta date, and maybe what they're gonna include in the next beta test. You know, are they gonna open up the game a little more? Are they gonna allow us to do more things and things like that? Because this one felt more strict. This time around, like it felt more strict. They weren't able to get a lot of things up until the last day and a half. Remember, they opened it like the last day and a half of the beta. Remember, they were like, "Okay, we're opening up the beta. You're gonna be able to do this, find more weapons, you know, do a lot." And I feel like that was because of Arc Raiders. They must have seen how good people were talking about Arc Raiders, and they say, "Yo, we gotta open this thing up. We gotta try to get some momentum back." Arc Raiders took our shine. This beta test for Marathon was supposed to be it. Like, all eyes were supposed to be on that Marathon beta. You know, these streamers that are in cahoots with Bungie and being sponsored by them and things like that, they were supposed to be gaining a lot of momentum with beta test because they were one of the few people got invited to it. So the views were supposed to be like really good, you know, and it didn't turn out like that. It turned out that the people that were streaming Arc Raiders were actually the ones getting a lot of attention and things of that nature. And it came, you know, Arc Raiders being actually the extraction game that people wanted to look for. So yeah. They something is going on in Bungie. Something is going on. I don't know what, but I feel like something is going on. So it was supposed to be for today, then they moved it to tomorrow, and now they come out that is May 16th. All of a sudden, Joe Ziegler is not available. Why? Is it an emergency? If it's an emergency, and then it's understandable. But why isn't he available tomorrow? Why? Let us know. Like, why? They just said, oh, he's unavailable for tomorrow, and let's reschedule it. That's all they said. How many devs working between Marathon and Destiny? I don't know, but it's a lot, bro. Remember, Marathon is now, I believe, up to like 250 devs working on the game. Like right now. It didn't start off like that. But right now, at this very moment, it's said to be at least 250 developers working on Marathon. This looks fire, bro. That whole weight thing, bro, I can't stand that, bro. Oh, you carrying too much? But I get it. It's about strategy. This looks crazy, bro. Whoop. Yeah, this is crazy. Can he video call? He don't have to be in person. Yo, this is gonna look so sick, bro, on an OLED monitor or an OLED TV. This is gonna look sick. What's that? What he doing? Oh, those are the enemies. Okay, okay. Marathon's gonna get canceled? Hey. Hey, something is going on with Marathon, and something is going on back at Bungie Studios. Something is going on. Something's going on. They're either gonna delay it. It might. I don't think they're gonna cancel it, but I feel like they're gonna delay it, and they should. You know, they should delay it. You know, because it's looking pretty bad out here. Looking pretty bad. I'm gonna hold you. The new Alien game is skipping Xbox? Is that true? Because we're gonna look at that trailer also. That new Alien Rogue Incursion. Oh, this looks crazy. Whoop. This looks crazy. About that shotty. Oh, that's an AR. Ah. Yeah, that look crazy, right? Damn. Ooh, that looks crazy, bro. It's getting delayed. They're getting absorbed. The truth will come out about factions. Oh, man. Maybe they in trouble with PlayStation. Oh, snap. Bro. Yo, PlayStation gonna give Bungie a pow pow. Pow pow. They're like, yo, what are y'all doing? What is this? Who told y'all to do this? Ziegler gotta be there like, you know, I'm what? What? We hired you for a reason. Deeks. What is this? You see what's happening outside of here? Do you see Arc Raiders? That's what everybody's talking about, not us. Everybody pushed us to the side. What we hired you for? For what? Who told you to put heroes in this game? Who? It's an extraction shooter. Who told you to do that? You're gonna piss a lot of people off. You know, looking at I'm excited, right? I was excited, all the different abilities and things like that. But I guess it wasn't hitting me at the time, like that this is an extraction shooter. I was just excited, like all the different abilities that they could do. It's gonna be crazy. Forgetting that it is an extraction shooter. So, thinking about it, especially when I saw somebody saying it, bringing that up, like, yo, who thought of putting heroes that you could become invisible in an extraction shooter was a good idea? And I thought about it. I said, yo, you know what? They're absolutely right. And then playing Arc Raiders, you know, the type of, oh my goodness, this looks incredible right here. Woo-wee. This looks really good right here. This looks good right here. Oh yeah, this is gonna look insane, bro. But yeah. Getting back to that. Like playing Arc Raiders. Seeing how my heart was pumping every time I'll land in the map. Especially when I used to go in there with a medium shield, like my shotgun that I had equipped at level 4 with mods on them, you know, a lot of health, a lot of shield regenerators, a lot of different grenades. You know, you start feeling pressured a little bit because you're not trying to lose all that. You're trying to have a good run. So imagine getting that feeling and knowing that you could lose just like that if another player decides to go invisible and come behind you and just and down you and you're done. Like, at least Arc Raiders is mano y mano. Like, if you see me, I could see you. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's no disadvantage when it comes to things like that. Oh, this is fire. So, yeah, man. Yeah. It's crazy, bro. PlayStation should have never given them independence. Facts. I guess they gave them, you know, that Bungie treatment, you know, benefit of a doubt. All right, we're gonna see what y'all do. All right, but yeah, PlayStation ain't about no games. Something's coming down the pipeline. Something coming down that pipeline. They changed the banners on all platforms. Oh, PlayStation. Oh, they put Call of Duty? Yo, they put Call of Duty as the banner? Oh my goodness. That's because of that damn PlayStation 5 bundle that's coming out pretty soon. That's why they put that banner up there. That's crazy. That's nasty work, right? Totoki gonna say, bring me what they had ready for factions. Y'all told them no, that made this highlighter. Y'all all fired. Bro, they're gonna get absorbed. They're gonna get absorbed. And it's sad to see, bro. It's sad to see. If they get absorbed by PlayStation, it's sad to see. Because we was really hoping for this game to be it. You know? Yo, this looks fire, bro. Ooh, that Decima engine's gonna go crazy on. Yeah, they changed it. They changed the banner to like a Call of Duty Warzone type of deal. That's because of the bundles that's coming. PlayStation Guru. Like if you go to the PlayStation official like Twitter page, they changed the banner. No longer marathon. Yeah, we're excited about Mafia. Definitely. If you on Game Pass, that Ninja Turtle game just came out. Just in case y'all interested, it's there on Game Pass if y'all want to. They came out with a limited edition DualSense controller for Death Stranding 2. Looks plain. I don't know who thought of that controller design, but it looks plain. Is Alien really skipping Xbox? Oh, I did see the Last of Us episode. I saw it last night, by the way. I saw it. That new game, Midnight Walk, came out today. Y'all interested as well? Came out today. Yeah, they changed it. They changed it everywhere, bro. The fact that they put a Call of Duty banner is like, what? Yo, this looks crazy, bro. Oh my goodness, this looks insane. The Concord controller looks better. Yeah, it does. The Concord controller looks way better than that Death Stranding 2 controller. I don't know who designed that controller, but they need to get fired. Like, come on, bro. What you doing? That controller looks so plain, bro. Look at this. What did I just see? I just saw it. What? This controller looks so plain. So simple. Like what was the purpose of that? Imagine something like this. Like, bro, looks way better. Like, what is going on, bro? This controller right here, everybody would have been right now. You would have seen everybody pre-ordering this controller. Crazy. What do you think? The Last of Us? It's not looking good. That Last of Us season 2, I'm sorry, but it ain't looking too good. Ain't looking too good. And speaking on that, the episode 6 is gonna be directed by Neil Druckmann. So Neil Druckmann is taking lead on episode 6. So be on the lookout for that episode. I'm still playing Ghost and Expedition 33. You on Expedition 33 right now? Fire. The game is beautiful though. Facts. I don't play Doom or Elden Ring, so I'm finishing up these 2 and waiting for June. Mind's Eye. Oh, okay. I mean, I'm gonna be streaming Doom anyways. I'll be streaming Doom. Yo, this looks unbelievable. Oh my. Yeah, but yeah, getting back to The Last of Us, that episode. Listen, I'm giving her the benefit of the doubt, but she ain't cutting it for me. I'm sorry. Bella Ramsey as Ellie is not cutting it for me. Not doing it for me. Not doing it for me. And looking back, I get it. What they're trying to do is more of a dramatic series. No, you want to focus on the drama, blah, blah, blah. I get it and all that. But Bella Ramsey ain't cutting it for me. And now, like, really looking at Abby, especially in that scene with Joel, when she killed Joel, she's way too little and she's way too skinny. And it's true. She is, in the game, you know, that's an integral part of the game. Her being a bodybuilder, that's part of the story. You changing the whole story. Like, there's a reason that Abby is a bodybuilder. You know, basically. And it plays a part throughout the entire story. It plays a major part. That's why she's able to do the thing that she's able to do in that game. It's because of that. People fear her because of that. So I don't know, like, that episode really, like, threw me off. That episode really, like, turned me off. Really did. It really did. That's why you said it might stop at Abby's viewpoint? Yeah, because the way it's looking is like, this is straight Ellie right here. This whole season, it's looking like it's straight Ellie. And there's a lot of story in that game, in The Last of Us. So that's why it's like, bro, how you gonna break all this down into a series? Like, that's gonna take you about 4 to 5 seasons to tell the whole story. So, I mean, they just got picked up for season 3. That's gonna look like they're gonna do Abby's point of view. And then we might go into season 4 for the final season. Could be that. Making way too much noise. Yup. That train scene under the train felt so rushed. I didn't feel that. Like, when you feel it in the game, like, I didn't feel that. And Bella Ramsey's acting is just not cutting it for me. I don't think she's acting how she's supposed to. She's not a good, I don't want to say she's not a good actress, but for this role, how she's looking like in this season, it ain't looking good. Dina is doing a much better job than she is. Dina is actually the one carrying the show right now. If she was not with her right there, I might go as far as saying I'm gonna stop watching the show. If Dina wasn't with her, she's not cutting it for me. Not doing it for me. And now Pedro Pascal is not in here. So you got to carry the load. You got to take us to the finish line, Bella Ramsey. You got to take us there. Like, take it there. Yeah, gotta call a spade a spade. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. She gotta get her acting chops up, man. You gotta get that up, man. You know, cause it's not. She's not cutting it for me right now. It's feeling kind of rushed too. Oh, that's why they announced she was autistic right before the season started. It's looking like that's why. Yeah, that daddy line pissed me off too. That daddy line. And if you've seen the trailer for the next episode, they're changing the story. I'm not going to say what, but they're changing the story. So, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. Not looking good. Not looking good. And this season only has, I'll tell you right now, it's set to have only 7 episodes. So, we already on episode 4. We just passed episode 4. Do I feel like I've gained anything this season? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. Nothing has happened. Like, I don't know what's going on, but maybe there's more than 7 episodes. But they're taking too much time on unnecessary scenes that bring no value to the show. Like, my man, just get on with it. Like the scene there when she was talking to Ellie and she was like telling her upbringing, Dina. She was telling her upbringing, how it was, blah, blah, blah. That whole, bro, they lasted like 20 minutes when they found the cinema. Talking about nothing. When they could have spent more time in the underground tunnel, actually trying to make that scene better and make that scene more intense. Even the one when they found the wolf, the radio station. Not the radio station, the what is it? The video store, the radio station or whatever it is. That felt, they was in and out of there. That felt rushed too. We on episode 7. I mean, there's only 7 episodes. We are about to be on episode 5 this Sunday. You got 1, 2, 3. You got 3 more episodes to shock to bring it. I don't know, man. Ain't no replacing her. We stuck with her. Ain't no replacing her. Let's take a look at that Alien trailer real quick, because they're saying that it's not coming to Xbox. Let me see. It keeps saying that it's not coming to Xbox. What's this game called? Yeah, man. It's not doing it for me. Not doing it for me. My brother Michael West with the 2 bomb. Appreciate you, my brother. Up Kaylee, Spaney. Yeah. We're gonna look it up. I'm just looking for this trailer real quick. Hold on. Let's play the trailer first. On it. Yeah, the Midnight Walk came out today. I was gonna get it, but I looked at some gameplay. I was like, that looks too boring. Wait, I don't want the PlayStation. I want like the IGN because they're saying like it's skipping Xbox. Coming September 30th. Yeah, it doesn't say anything. Let me see here. Oh yeah. The Civil War. Yeah. Me and my girl were just looking at this last night, bro. When I was talking to her about Bella Ramsey and Ellie. We were just looking at this yesterday. And bro, like, look at her right there. There's a bunch of other actors who could have played Ellie. A bunch with better acting experience. Like, look at her there. She looks like Ellie right there. Look at this. It's unbelievable. Unbelievable. Oh yeah, absolutely. I don't know what's going on. Sound like her too? I don't know what's going on, man. Come on, Neil. It looks like Neil has a crew, like, and he works within his group. Like, he puts, like, how are you seeing like Intergalactic, like with Tati Gabriel, putting her as the next protagonist for the next game. Like you see Haley Gross the one who's in the on the screen in Intergalactic, the lady, that's one of his lead writers. That's one of Neil Druckmann's lead writers. Like, it looks like Neil has like a circle and works with those specific people. Like, he doesn't go outside of his bubble and look for, other actors and actresses out there. Like even Caitlin Dever that plays Abby. He's the voice of Nathan Drake's daughter in Uncharted 4. Like, everything stays within the circle, and listen, man, that could be a good thing, that could be a bad thing. Like, who knows? But hey, man. Hey. Listen, man. That episode was not cutting it for me. That episode was not cutting it for me. Yeah, I appreciate the 2-bomb, my brother. So let me go pick up my daughter real quick, and I'll be right back. I'll be right back, and we'll talk about some other things. Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy, bro. Crazy. Yes, yes, ladies and gentlemen. Oh yeah, we back, people. Talk to me, man. Talk to me, man. So yeah. That Alien game, it doesn't say Xbox. It doesn't say Xbox. For some reason. Also, it's looking like that Switch is getting real close. I don't know, man. How y'all feel about this? How y'all feel about this right here? How y'all feel about this right here? They getting real close. At top spot. You know? Think they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it. They're only 8 million away. They're gonna do it, people. We're gonna see the Switch take that #1 spot. No area is crazy. You can't see anything when fighting. Wait, what game? What game? Um, oh, this is new for the crew? Yeah, man, get into that damn Last of Us episode. Yeah, that FTC deal is finally done. Okay. And yeah. Oh, Expedition. Yeah, yeah. Yell's still your favorite? Okay. Yeah, she's one of the most powerful. 6 available now. Wow. Yeah, my Yell's crazy, bro. Fallout Season 2 finished wrapped filming. Should be giving us some trailer or something very, very soon because they just finished wrapping that up. Yahoo watching Fallout Prime. Mind's Eye came out with a new trailer. Oh, look. Worth. Yeah, Mind's Eye needs to be good, man. Because this was an anticipated game. When it was first announced, and when we first found out that it was an ex-developer from Rockstar that left and is creating his own game, nah, it's not worth it. So this game needs to be good, man. Game needs to be good. This thing real quick. If you see this, this is what 60 frames. That smoothness. That's 60 frames right there. Okay. I know people saying they don't care about no 60. I'm good with 30. Me personally, I'm gonna play the game regardless, even if it is at 30, because I gotta stream it, right? But if I was just like a regular customer just buying the game to play, like, I don't know, bro, if I'll be playing this game at 30. Look at the difference. Look at the difference. But yeah. And also, I think they have a lot of different screenshots on the Rockstar website. I don't know if y'all see. And also for Power World, Nintendo has, I believe they won. So now Power World has to change a lot of couple things in the game. They have to remove, such as when they bring out their Pokemon, they no longer could throw whatever they were throwing. It'll just appear like next to them, like a lightning struck right next to them, and it'll appear. And also, they could no longer ride on the Pokemon as they glide through the world. They have to change that, and they'll be opening up like a glider, kind of like Horizon Forbidden West. And that's how they're gonna travel. They're no longer gonna be riding Pokemon. Or upset about that and things. No. I don't know why, but you can't just go around, especially a franchise like Pokemon, and try to steal their idea. It's not gonna go good. It's not gonna end good for you. So I don't know why people are upset at Nintendo for bringing this lawsuit to them. Like, why are you upset? Like, unless I'm missing something, but rightfully so, Nintendo had the right to sue them and make them change that game. Yo, shout out to my brother Michael West dropping a firebomb up in here. Appreciate you, my brother. Facts. You understand what I'm saying? Last of Us Season 2 should be 3, and Season 2 should be Ellie. Still as a kid, what didn't see in the game. Nice. I could get down with that. I could get down with that because, yeah, you want to change things up? Show us something different from the game. Show us like her upbringing and things like that. That'll be something very interesting and something that I think a lot of people will be intrigued, to see. So yeah, that's a great idea, bro. I'm with that. I'm with that, my brother. So I appreciate that, bro. Mind's Eye is a day one. You could tell it's gonna be good. Yeah, Mind's Eye looks good, bro. From what we saw, that leaked footage, that game looks good. No? So yeah, it needs to be good. It needs to be good. Hopefully, you know, a lot of people buy it. A lot of people, you know, word of mouth spreads it, and it does good, and it makes the development team like enough money so they could have a bigger budget for the next game. You know? Leslie, he's good at what he does. So, you know, I'm pretty sure he had a low budget to work with. That's why we're not seeing the game being promoted as it should be. They probably spent that money on resources and getting the game to actually play good and feel good and actually be a good game, rather than, you know, cutting edges and saving more money for the marketing. Like, nah, he said, I'm hoping that's what it is. Let's work on the game. Everything will work itself out. So let's see what happens. What happens? But they said Death Stranding 2 is crazy. But yeah. Activision has been unable to keep players engaged in Call of Duty this year. With Black Ops 6 seeing a decline in players since launch. Crazy work. Has Call of Duty and Game Pass worked? Dev should move fast on Apple verdict. Things are more positive when it comes to Game Pass. Wait, on Xbox share, Call of Duty console down from 47% in November, just under 37%. So, the real test was what will happen next. Will those subscribers stay subscribing? Could Activision capitalize on the increase, monetize Call of Duty larger audience? Results are mixed. Call of Duty franchise saw its decline after the Black Ops 6 launch, and more sharply than in years. Some of that may have been caused by the Game Pass, as subscribers are more likely to try something and then put it down if it's not for them. But the reality is that despite a strong start, Call of Duty has struggled to engage players to the degree it has in the past. According to Ampere, in March of 2025, Call of Duty had 20.6 million players. That's still a huge number, but it's slightly less than March 2024 had 20.8 million players, and well down on March of 2023 had 22.4 million players. So since 2023 up until today, it has lost, 2 million players. Meanwhile, Xbox's share of Call of Duty players on console has gone from 47% in November to just under 37% in March. For the US, Xbox has gone from being the #1 platform for Call of Duty in November to matching PlayStation by March. So they are both at 33.3 active players according to Circana. Nevertheless, Xbox's share is still bigger than it was the year before. Globally in March 2023, Xbox had 32.5 share of the Call of Duty audience. Game Pass inclusion has still benefited Xbox to tune of 4.5 percentage point in Call of Duty market share. As far as Game Pass goes, things are more positive when it comes to Game Pass. Circana says that U.S. Q1 2025 spending on subscription is up 11% compared to the Q1 of 4. So spending has slightly compared to Q4 when spending was up 12%. Still seeing a noticeable revenue year on year. Putting Call of Duty into Game Pass pay off for Microsoft? Well, it depends on the area of business. Call of Duty team has not been able to capitalize on that record-breaking launch, go from an all-time high to trending below previous years in monthly players, will be disappointing to the Activision team. However, the wider Xbox organization have maintained interest in Game Pass. The firm followed Black Ops 6 with titles including Indiana Jones, Avowed, South of Midnight, Elder Scrolls 6, Oblivion, and Claire Obscure Expedition 33. And it looks set to continue the cadence with new titles like Doom, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater, and the Outer Worlds and Gears of War franchises. The level Game Pass growth on Xbox was hoping for, difficult to know, but the company has often stated that Game Pass is simply one way for its audience to access games. It may not always lead to revenue for developers, although it does sometimes, but it can play a crucial role in discovery. And one static I love to see whether those new Game Pass subscribers came in for Call of Duty went on to play other games. Because if Microsoft has been able to encourage Call of Duty players to try different experiences, then that speaks to the service ability not just aid discovery, but also encourage people to diversify their habits. That's it. So, I mean, Game Pass right now is booming. Like, if you look at all those games that are coming to Xbox, that are coming to Game Pass, you know, it's a lot of games, and they got Tony Hawk. You know, I want to play Tony Hawk. Got Doom. I just played Expedition 33, which could be the game of the year. You know, and whether we like it or not, like they got Call of Duty there, Indiana Jones, Avowed, South of Midnight, the Elder Scrolls Oblivion remastered, and a lot more to come. You know, Outer Worlds 2, Gears of War coming. You know, Perfect Dark, State of Decay 3. Eventually, you know, the new Halo game that's coming out. Clockwork Knight, I believe it's called. Still waiting on that. Fable. So, you think that's a lot of games. That's a lot of games coming to Game Pass. So, it's booming right now. Game Pass is finally hitting its stride. So, that's whether we like it or not. It's just happening. Those are the facts. Those are facts. All those games are going to Game Pass. The facts. So, it's booming right now. And, you know, it's looking good right now. Now, whether they know how to market that, that's a totally different story. You know? they gotta find a way to get people to subscribe to that Game Pass. Gotta find a way. I don't know what they could do in order for them to do that. I don't know what they will do. But they have the money to market it and show it to the world. They have that type of money. So it's up to them. But yeah, that's what's going on right there. That's what's going on right there with Call of Duty. I think The Last of Us will do better as 3 films instead of a show. Facts. It will definitely do better like that. The show is holding it back. The show is definitely holding back The Last of Us.
It's sending tremors around the business this.
Yeah, there's that. There's that, people. What y'all feel about that? Yeah, Game Pass is booming right now, bro. Game Pass is it looking good. You know? Especially if you are a PC gamer. If you play on PC, know that you only pay $11 a month for PC Game Pass. Like, it's a must at this point. $7 and you get to play all those games. You know? That don't sound like a bad deal to me. Now, when you look at the console and that's $20 a month, there you can make a decision for yourself. Right there is up to you whether you're willing to take that $20 a month or not. But on PC, it's almost a no-brainer. $11 a month. It's almost a no-brainer. Like, why not? You know? Like, if you got the money for it, of course. It's almost a no-brainer at this point. Now, this now that the games are coming. Well, you could start back late 2024 with, you know, Adam Fall. Not Adam Fall. Stalker 2, Indiana Jones, the Flight Simulator. Even though they came out broken or whatever, they're coming, right? Flight Simulator, Avowed, Adam Fall, and all the games that I just mentioned. A lot, bro. I'm just saying. If you're on PC, you know, you already don't pay for online. Why not just $11 a month to be able to play all them games? It's not sounding bad. It's not looking bad either. Ain't looking bad either. They're updating Expedition 33. So it says here, Expeditioners, a quick note on Stendhal and balance changes. We hadn't planned to make any balance changes this early. Just bug fixes unless something clearly out. Well, Stendhal did. It was underwhelming for most of development. So in our final pre-release balance pass, we gave it a big damage boost. Clearly overdid it. It ended up overshadowing most other options. We still want you to be able to break the game, and you absolutely can. But Stendhal was making it a bit too easy. Got one more day to enjoy it in its current form and set some wild records. The adjustment will be included in our first full hotfix set going live tomorrow. The patch will roll out on Steam first, and other platforms will follow. After the change, it will be a strong single-hit kill with great synergy potential, just more in line with everything else. So that's it right there. So that's just a quick update on Expedition 33. Those of y'all who still playing it, get ready, because they balancing that game. Balancing that. We're gonna rock out for a couple more. Call it. Any last questions, comments, concerns, please talk to me, Mike. Oh, there's a new Helldivers 2 War Bond. I don't know if y'all saw that. Show you it real quick.
PlayStation.
That thing. How's the right in the lab? Yeah. Telling you, they're going away from the story and they're changing a lot of things up. The Last of Us. And listen, man, they better get it together. Because season 3 will not be that anticipated. Will not. People already seem not to care for season. So imagine that. We back on Helldivers? I don't know, Molly. They got to do something different for me to get back in there. I've already reached the end game. There's nothing else for me to do unless I want to grind for the war bonds. I'm not that interested. No? Not that interested. I believe this game is coming to Game Pass as well. If I'm not mistaken. Revenge of the Savage Planet. There's a lot of games coming out. Yeah, you're supposed to be quiet in a zombie apocalypse. Facts. Facts. Know what I'm saying? Making all that noise. All that noise. Yeah, but it feels a little rushed. It feels rushed. Like when they got to that movie theater, it was like that's it? Oh. I don't know. I might do some GTA gameplay, bro. I might run through that GTA campaign if the members don't want. You want to do some zombies on Call of Duty? Metal Eden? Yeah, it was good. I don't know if you caught me playing it. I played it here on the channel. It's up on the channel. I played it. It's good. I like it. I had a good time with it. But they delayed it. But it's good. They probably trying to work on a couple bugs, things like that, like, which is cool. No? Which I think it was the right thing to do because the game was not fully polished. You know, they had some things to work on. So, especially that thing with my controller. I don't know if you remember that. That when you move the control, like the sensor, like if you move it, you're also moving where you're aiming with the gun. I don't like that. And there was no way for me to take it off. I don't know if that was a bug or that's intended to be in the game, but they need to take that off. That's a major bug. Like I had to stay still with the controller. Like, you know how difficult that is for me? Like not being able like to move the controller like with my hand. Like I had to leave it there because once I move it, it'll move my aiming because it's going with the motion sensor. Like I can't play like that. But yeah, it's good. It's good. Metal Eden is good. I was gonna do some Destiny 2, but I just can't get into it. There's too many things. That game is too time consuming. I need to be in there. You know, get my gear up. Like, gotta grind. I have to pass. Too many games coming. And I haven't seen like if people are actually enjoying it or something like that. I don't know if it's actually good. Yeah, I gotta play Destiny when there's no games around. Yeah, facts. Facts. And PAX East, the people who went are gonna be able to play Crimson Desert. Oh, got a table. I wonder when they're gonna show off Resident. All right, people. We're gonna last a couple. Resident Evil might be next year. Yeah, probably. Could be. Next year's gonna be insane, bro. Next year gonna get crazy. We're at the harbor. You're enjoying that game, right? How you feeling about that game? Yeah. How you feeling about that game? Tell me that game ain't crazy, bro. People think like we're overhyping it for some reason. Or like, nah, bro. Ain't no overhyping it, bro. It's just the game is that good. Like, now all of a sudden, when it's too negative, this is what I can't stand. When it's too negative, like people's energy, people complain about that. Why I always gotta be negative? Why I gotta be so much negativity? Blah, blah, blah. People always find something to complain about. Whatever. Now turn around, everything is positive about Expedition 33, right? Everybody's giving it high praises. Everybody's enjoying it. Everybody's loving the game. And that's all you're seeing online. Yo, Expedition 33 is fire, fire, fire. What happens? You got those people. Why everybody overhyping this game? This game ain't that good anyway. It's not that good. The game is good, but it's not that good like the people saying it. Yada, yada, yada. Like, bro. Like, basically trying to say, like, people are just going with the trend. Like, everybody's saying that it's very good, like it's that good. Basically trying to say that people are just jumping on the wagon type of deal. But which one is it? If it's too negative, everybody's complaining. Oh, people always got something to complain about. If it's positive, overly positive, oh, y'all just writing. Like, it ain't that good. It can't be that positive. Like, which one is it? What you want? People enjoying the game. The game is fire, bro. 10 out of 10. Yo, that game is fire. The story is really good. Gameplay is good. It made me finish a turn-based RPG game. Something I have never done. That's my first one. Ever. A turn-based? That's my first one that I've completed and completed the campaign. So, like, come on. It's like, what else do you want? Like, what do you want? No? Yeah, man. Shout out to my brother Michael West dropping a 2-bomb up in here. Appreciate that, my brother. Gifted, you finished this quick. You're a monster, bro. Yo, that game is no joke, bro. That game is no joke. But you know, I have Plitch. So I gotta give a huge shout out to Plitch.com. You understand? I gotta give a huge shout out to my brother Hip Hop Gamer putting me on game. You understand what I'm saying? So it makes life easier, man. That's why I be promoting Twitch. Got a lot of games coming out. Know what I'm saying? But yeah. I could have gotten through the game. Maybe not as quick, but yeah. Appreciate you, my brother. Facts. Excuse me. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, man. On your way in here, man. Make sure y'all smash that like button, man. We ain't even likes up in here. That's crazy work. We had 16 votes. 69% said yes, they're buying Mafia. 31% said no, y'all not buying Mafia. Crazy. $50? People not buying Mafia? Probably not into it. Probably not into them type of game. Am I gonna play Oblivion? I don't think so. I'm not gonna have time to go through that. It did a phenomenal job. It did a phenomenal job with Oblivion. I don't have time to go through the campaign and things. Too many games coming out. No? Gotta choose wisely. Yeah, day one. Absolutely. Mafia day one. We're gonna be running that on the channel day one. I'm gonna get into some GT. Don't run through that camp. I never finished GTA 5 camp. So I'm gonna get into that. Take a little break when Doom comes out. Wrap up Doom, and then go right back to GT until Mind's Eye. Oh, Mind's Eye is coming. I'll take a break from GTA. Went to Mind's Eye. Yep. Well, I might wait a little bit. I'm not gonna do it just yet. I'll see. I'm gonna think about it. I can't burn myself out either. No. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, man. About to wrap it up, people. Damn, Jay's 2 cents been going hard on Nvidia. I have to see. He's going crazy on Nvidia, bro. Oh, Call of Duty. Wait. Activision has sent. Okay. This is gonna be the last news. Activision has sent a cease and desist letter to the manufacturer of Chronos hardware in attempt to stop the company from selling their Chronos then hardware in attempt to further crack down on Call of Duty cheaters. Look how long it took them. Look how long it took them to do that. Why? Why? Y'all should have been on that. Why does it take you that long for you to finally send a cease and desist letter? Why? It makes no sense, bro. Let me see what they have to say. Makes no sense, bro. So this is what the letter says. Despite detections and our public stance against third-party hardware used to cheat in our games and others throughout the industry, the makers of these devices continue to issue updates to try and circumvent our security systems. In response, we have delivered cease and desist demands to several companies to create and sell products and will take them to court if necessary. We have already seen compliance from some of the companies we contacted. However, we will continue to pursue other device makers in the market globally, as well as people that create scripts to manipulate Call of Duty game code. These devices and scripts in our games are not welcome. Call of Duty does not endorse of these products. An account that utilizes these devices on PC or console for the purpose of cheating will be permanently banned. There it is right there. It took them how long to do this? It took y'all how long to do it? I'm gonna leave this right here. Crazy work. Gustav was better. You don't like Versa like that? Yeah, Gustav was crazy, bro. Unbelievable. These. But anyway. This is crazy. Mid. Man. Call of Duty better get it together for that Battlefield. I don't like that they took this long, for this. Why did you take so long? When you know that this has been an issue. When you know this been an issue with this game all this time. This has been an issue. Why did it take you so long? This is why most people can't stand playing games like this, because they know that people are cheating. So what is the point? I don't know how people do competitive online and like play for money and put up money like online, playing somebody online. I would never do that, because you never know if the other other player is cheating some way, somehow. You never know. Like, look, we just got Dr. Lupo came out saying that he cheated in a chess game, bro. Playing a chess game online. a tournament for like I believe it was like $100,000. He just came out saying that he cheated. Like, you never know who's cheating, bro. How can you put up so much money online to play somebody without you being able to see their every move? Like, they need to have a camera facing if you're doing that, they need to put cameras behind that faces the monitor where the player is playing the game at. And if he has multiple screens, they need to be able to show all the screens, and as well as a camera in the room showing us the room as well. Well, sorry, you don't want no privacy? Well, sorry. Too bad for you. Get out the tournament. Make it a rule. Oh, but I was going to look at my room. I don't want people looking at my room. Well, sorry. Well, guess what? You can't be part of the tournament. Sorry. Move over then. You don't want people looking? Sorry, so move. You're not allowed in the competition. Like, it needs to be fair for people. You putting up money. You know? And there needs to be a standard. Like, why did it take Call of Duty so long? They knew that this was always one of the main topics of a conversation, the cheating. That's why people leave these games all the time. I don't want to deal with cheaters. I'm good. And leave. They leave. So I wonder why they're doing this now. It's good that they're doing it, but why now? My main in the game is it's between Mayel and Lune. But you know what? Yell is she's powerful too, bro. If you learn how to build her good and you learn how to use her, she's OP, bro. Yeah, man. Y'all make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Appreciate everybody who stopped by today. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if it's your first time. Share out the stream. Click on that link that's pinned at the top. That is for memberships. Go ahead and do that and click it. It's all for here, man. Appreciate everybody who stopped by today. All the members, man. I appreciate y'all. Let's see what happens, right? Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet. But yeah, man. Thank y'all so much. It's been a good one. Hopefully y'all enjoyed yourselves today here, man. Make sure y'all smash the like button on your way out. Thank y'all for rocking with me. Those of y'all on Twitch, appreciate all the new followers on Twitch as well, man. It's been incredible. Thank y'all. Hit that follow button over there. And yeah, man. I'll check y'all. Let me see. It's I don't know if I'm coming back on to do gameplay. So most likely I might be tomorrow. So with that being said, yo, what's good, my brother? With that being said, man, it is your boy, the Gifted One here. Y'all make sure to smash the like button, man. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. I'm gone.